Well, we live in a country ruled by Satan. Doing a numbers crunch, I come up with roughly 30% Christians, and a great deal of them are products of false prophets. The remainder fall under the category of atheist, agnostic, and other non-Christian believers. The judicial systems are mostly controlled by the devil himself. The cops are often referred to as officers of the law, but they pick and choose the laws. Attorneys are officers of the court, but they too pick and choose. The magistrates are elected to judge by the order of the law. Again, they pick and choose. At least that is the conclusion come from my experiences with the Superior Court of Clark County, Vancouver, Washington. Much has been said about my battle with the courts and protecting Joanne Kemper in her state of dementia. Joanne was transferred to a new facility with a very tight lockdown situation. You can enter into the little office area or reception area, I suppose, but there you're nowhere to go. Somebody has to come and press the right combination to open the door into the facility. Then I met Joanne walking down the hall from her room. I guess she was heading for the dining area, although it was after 1, that was feeding time, I guess. And we had about an hour's visit. She was very confused at first, and it took her time to settle in. And once our conversation got going, she was able to hold her own. Her apartment was small with no cooking facilities, and researching every case I could read up on, it kind of dictates that isolation is the worst punishment and can cause the shortage of one's lifespan. And so a jail is a jail, no matter how fancy of name you give it. I gave Joanne 3 necklaces with crosses, and all 3 of them are missing. There was no Bible in her room. I brought her a Bible. The courts ruled I can only visit Joanne twice a month and call her once a week. Now, to call her, that means I have to call the main desk and have them take a cordless phone to Joanne's room so we can have a conversation. Now, there is an echo effect in the first part of our talking, and so I would guess they are recording my conversation with Joanne, and I have no problem with that because we mostly talk about our love for Jesus. And but I'd like to share with you some research I did. A lady, we'll call her DQ. And let me read this out now. It is impossible to reverse dementia. But there are things you can do to slow the progression of the disease. Not moving her head, have her look side to side, back and forth for 10 seconds. Have her do that periodically throughout the day. It will strengthen the connection between the sphere of the brain and have her use her non-dominant hand while brushing her teeth and other activities. Keep her learning. Have her watch biographical and documentaries. Blueberries, nuts, beets, and other food and spices are great for brain food. Fresh air, drink lots of water helps too. Make sure she eats lots of anti-inflammatory food, fruits and veggies. No sugar and no stress. Dancing helps. And encourage her to use her mind by giving her choices. As in, what would you like to eat, eggs or oatmeal? And let her decide. Laughter helps. Walking helps too. Hold her hand. The connection is huge. Nursing homes will not address activities to help her. Chances are high she will end up depressed, very sad, and confused. And that was what I found her when I showed up. Now, like I said, I can visit her twice a month. Now, I'm 200 miles away, so it's no easy task at that. And the system is doing everything they can to shorten her lifespan. They put her in a facility that will not allow service dogs. And then they stole the service dog, which incidentally was my dog. Now my dog was on like a lease to Joanne when she was at home. Now that Joanne can no longer have this service dog with her, I wanted him back. I'm at the age I could use a service dog. But Joanne's daughter and grandson stole this service dog. Now, this is a flat-out theft. And it's a felony. It's in the Washington state laws. But the police won't do anything. Again, controlled by Satan. They're trying to shorten Joanne's lifespan. And they're doing everything possible to accomplish this. Now, I'm finding it useless to even go to court in the state of Washington because Satan controls it all. So I've decided to reach out to federal officials. Now, if I have to contact every congressman and every senator, regardless of what state they're affiliated with, I will. And my hope is I can find a few of them who will look kindly towards the elderly. Right now, we have zero respect in the Northwest or on the West Coast, as far as that goes. And all I'm asking is follow your own laws. Now, when I was in court last time, I told the judge flat out, I says, I don't lie. And when I say I'm going to do something, I'll do it, if at all possible. And I looked her flat out, and she looked back at me, and she says, I believe you. But if she believed me, then she had to know that the guardian for Joanne Kemper lied. As the Eagles says in their lyrics, you can't hide those lying eyes. Now, speaking of lyrics, I was credited with writing a few songs, and I got to confess, I didn't write those songs. I was a scribe that wrote them down. And I've decided I was going to go through my catalog of songs and announce them as PD songs, which is public domain. And the first one I'm announcing now to the world, The Final Verdict, is a public domain song because the lyrics was just given to me, I believe, by our Creator. And it created verse in the Bible that I didn't even know or have any knowledge of the meaning. And after I had the song recorded, I looked up that verse and man, that fits spot on. That means somebody with the power over me helped me on that. So from henceforth, there will be no royalties paid out to The Final Verdict.
The forbidden fruit is where it all began. just one law to test the fate of man. Then one sin led to another, and Cain killed his only brother. So it came to be the first male born became the first one scorned. Nero played the fiddle as he burned Rome, then punished the poor Christians he blamed it on. He put to death his mother, one wife and then another. Then came his last grievous sin, when he killed himself in the end. We all face the final verdict, come what may. Believe me, it'll come Judgment Day. Will your spirit be set free, or bound eternally? Guess we'll have to wait and see the final verdict. Throughout mankind, evil's always been. Only one man ever born was without sin. Follow him, you'll change your fate. Turn from sin, it's not too late. If you don't believe, he'll judge you and me. Chapter 3, 2 Timothy. We all face the final verdict, come what may. Believe me, it'll come Judgment Day. Will your spirit be set free, or bound eternally? Guess we'll have to wait and see the final verdict. Will your spirit be set free, or bound eternally? Guess we'll have to wait and see the final verdict.